Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, and Bast the Kitten. For the record, she's the youngest cat in my household, so I still call her the kitten. But she's almost 5 years old. This year she'll be 5 years old, so you know. Anyway, so while she's cuddling with me, you're so cute, you're so cute. I'm going to talk about the next card in the Mystic Male Tarot, written and illustrated by the late and great John C. Jennison Jr., and that is the Moon. But first, I'm going to have Drake do a close-up of the box. This is a majors-only deck. The box is starting to seriously fall apart, which means that at FlameCon this year, I might need to buy a new one. But that would just be my own set for my personal use. And of course, I'm going to have Drake do a close-up of the gorgeous back of the card. So cute, snuggling, cuddling. I am forever raving about this back of the card design. It is one of the most gorgeous I have ever encountered in any tarot deck, whether it is a full deck or a majors-only deck like this one. And of course, you know, I find it so appropriate that she's here during this card because, first of all, one of the very first things I ever read about the ancient Egyptian goddess Bastet, and there she goes, is that Bastet's left eye is the moon and her right eye is the sun. And it just so happens that when we adopted Bast, it was nighttime. I do not recall what the moon phase was, but it was definitely nighttime. So, I'm going to read to you what the late Mr. Jennison Jr. wrote about the Moon card. Since we haven't done this series of videos in a while, when the card is right side up or upright, it's upright. In the booklet that accompanies this deck, when the card is upside down, or to use the technical term reversed, it is expressing its shadow side. This is how the late Mr. Jennison Jr. described a reversed card as expressing its shadow side. So, the Moon, key 18, which is astrologically aligned with the sun sign Pisces. Illusions and fear rule the night sky, leading your subconscious to darker territory. Let intuitions guide you and steer your judgment. The shadow side may be holding things back or repressing emotions. Don't allow inner confusion to affect your outer world. You know, the Moon card is definitely one of those psychically oriented major arcana cards. And definitely a card that speaks to psychism, intuitive development, psychic development, divination, ritual work, spellcraft, magic, witchcraft, etc. I remember reading something, and I want to say it was in last year's Llewellyn's 2022 tarot calendar, that focused on the Moon card, and the Barbara Moore was writing about how the Moon card is one of those tarot cards that tends to have such a hazy interpretation regardless of the level of clarity and illumination of the reader, because it's like being drunk at 3 a.m. on the night of a full moon. So there is this thing about taking what one interprets from the Moon card with a grain of salt. I think because of the fact that my mother goddess is a lunar goddess, and specifically a full moon goddess, and in particular the goddess more commonly known as Isis, I feel like I have a bit of an in with the Moon card, and I tend to interpret the Moon card accurately, well, at least according to my clients. So, I'm curious about what your experiences with the Moon card are in your readings, whether you're reading for yourself, friends or family, or if you have paying clients. What are your usual experiences with the Moon card? I would love to read that in the comments. Please let me know in the comments. And of course, with these videos, with this more than a walkthrough series of videos, my intention is to keep these videos under 10 minutes. and I am absolutely going to do that with this video. But as always, I want to thank the late and great John C. Jennison Jr. for creating a beautiful majors-only tarot deck that is absolutely ideal for the gay male community and ultimately for the LGBTQIA+ community, of which I form part. And of course, I want to thank all of you in YouTube land for honoring who I am and what I do, and for honoring Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person, for my YouTube videos and everything he does as well. Thank you so much for all the likes, for all the comments, for all the shares, and for all the subscriptions to my YouTube channel. And of course, an extra big and bountiful thank you to those of you who have scheduled your sessions. I had a brand new client last night who had her very first video reading with me, and she was referred to me by somebody who also learned about me through my YouTube channel. And I will tell you, I am so honored and so thrilled to have this individual as the newest walking commercial for Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. And I will tell you that I have started booking up again. I still have quite a bit of availability in February, the rest of this month, February 2023. My availability in March of 2023 is a bit low. April is still kind of up in the air. And May technically is up in the air. So I advise you to book your sessions as soon as celestially possible, and whatever you need to obtain the time, the money, the resources to avail yourselves of my psychic services, ask the divine, or as I call her, the great goddess, to provide you with what you need to avail yourselves of my psychic services. For now, I wish all of you a beautiful night, a wonderful week, an amazingly wonder-filled weekend, and of course, stay tuned for the next video.